middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that? Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
Good evening and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the 8 o'clock matchup between the Evergreen Plainsmen and the Fort Vancouver Trappers. I am Kyle Bleeke.
And I am Mark Petrossi. Welcome to McKenzie Stadium in Vancouver, Washington. You are watching EPS Sports on Channel 28 or 328. We have Fort Vancouver Trappers versus Evergreen Lady Plainsmen. The Trappers are wearing red shorts with a white top, and the Lady Plainsmen are in green.
Got a good matchup tonight. This is going to be the first league matchup for both teams. Evergreen on the year overall sits at 3-3, 3 wins, 3 losses, 14 goals for, 10 against. Fort Vancouver is 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses, 10 goals for, 12 against. It's going to be a matchup of two very evenly talented teams.
Yeah, this is our headlining match for the evening. We've had 2 previous matches earlier tonight, and we are excited about this matchup. These are both 3A teams, and there's a great through ball.
It's going to be number 17 for Evergreen. That's going to be Kylie Wilson, senior midfielder with the ball. Sends it to the top of the arc. Bit too far. Evergreen retains possession. She is way offside, though. She was offside about 8 yards. Fort Vancouver is going to get the kick inside their own 18. Coaching the Evergreen Lady Plainsmen tonight is going to be Keenan Burris. He's joined by his son tonight, Killian Burris, and Spirit Young, who is the assistant coach. Fort Vancouver is coached by Edward Esparza, assisted by Jorge Perez. A couple of players of note for Evergreen. Keep your eye on number 3. She's going to be Millie Suarez. Listed as a mid, she does play some forward, a go-to goal scorer for Evergreen. Her sister graduated last year. I believe that was Molly Suarez. Another go-to goal scorer.
We had the pleasure of watching many matches of her in the past couple years. Seems like Evergreen is keeping a little bit more of possession within these first few minutes. However, Fort Vancouver does not seem to be shaken by it. They're ready to get this match going.
Oh, good save there by the keeper. Wasn't able to keep control, but Fort does boot it out. I think playing keeper for Fort Vancouver is going to be Haley Kreiner. She's going to be number 20. We'll confirm that as the evening and the match continue. It looks like we're going to get our first corner kick of the evening with Evergreen. Number 7, Fiona Sinvense. Just barely nicking it off a Fort Vancouver opposing player. They are going to send it in, hopefully to the box.
There's a good shot of her right there.
Right to the keeper.
Well done. Defender ducked her head right there. I wasn't quite sure if that was going to throw the keeper off or not.
I think that was number 11 on the corner, Leah Keniston. We mentioned her name a couple times last year. Solid player. We're going to get a handball, referee says. At the half, Fort Vancouver taking the kick.
Just slid through there.
Good boot. control. There's Grace Bauer with the ball.
And no Fort Vancouver anywhere to be found in that midfield.
Oh, man, and just a missed opportunity for the Lady Plainsmen. They had
Here we
a
go.
couple people wide open, sent in.
Shot on goal.
It was number 10, Allison Long. It looks like she's a captain midfielder for Evergreen.
There we see the player getting the balls for the goalkeeper. Very nice of her to grab both of them. Looks like number 13, Isabella Snyder, taking the goal kick.
Mark, I was able to talk to Keenan a little bit before the match and get a scouting report as Evergreen fouls Fort Vancouver around midfield. He was telling me the 3A matchups, the 3A league this year is going to be very even. You've got Mountain View with Olivia Fothergill up top, and the other 5 positions are really up in the air. It could be anyone's game. Anyone can win any match.
And Kyle, it's interesting to hear you say that. We watched 2 matches earlier this evening. This is our third match of the evening, as we stated at the opening. And even though the last match was, for all intentional purposes, a blowout, you could see the potential from both sides still. So this is the first game of regular season. Preseason ended, and this is the first game of the regular season. So I'll go with it. I could see that this could be anybody's season.
Yeah, Mountain View last game just started at 6 o'clock, ended about maybe 25 minutes ago. Mountain View was victorious 8-0 over Hudson's Bay. However, I don't know that the score indicated the talent level of Hudson's Bay. They're a team not to be doubting. They had a couple players that really picked it up. Again, Mountain View found 6 or 7 goals inside the 6-yard line, and that's just gonna. If you get inside the 6, you're gonna score. So.
And I think that's exactly my point, because I don't want to take anything away from Hudson's Bay, because they only had 3 people on the bench, so their subs, their bench was not very deep.
Good fake there by a Fort Vancouver midfielder.
But yeah, I mean, and then and once they got closer to the 70th minute, and a good handful of goals were scored, it's hard to keep that momentum up. So exactly. We have a few more matches that we're going to be broadcasting on EPS Sports this season. Kyle and I will be with you a few more times this season. So I look forward in a couple weeks to see where the league is at that time.
Yeah, and it will be fun to see how these teams sort of progress between now and then. We will be back in October. We don't have any matches left for the month of September. We will be back middle of October, however. Good boot there by the Fort Vancouver keeper. Another also totally random note is Keenan is also the coach of the men's soccer team for Evergreen. He's kind of giving me a brief scouting report on the other teams as well. He said something that really stuck out to me, where Hudson's Bay last year had 16 seniors on their team.
Wow.
That's an entire roster plus some.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting fresh this year.
And there's a good look at Keenan there. He's been here for, I don't know, 140 years. He's been here for as long as I can remember.
He doesn't look that old.
He's a young 140.
He's a young 140.
But 16 seniors, that just blew my mind. That
like you said, that's almost a full roster right there.
That is.
So some of these teams we've seen tonight don't even have 16 on the roster.
No, you're right. And back to the game, we've got Grace Bauer in the mid for Evergreen.
Nice touch.
Wide open, 11 on the shot.
Oh,
just
goodness.
goes wide. That was Leah Keniston on the shot. Good right foot, far post on the ground. Just barely wide, maybe a yard too far.
Great pass by Grace Bauer as well.
Excellent pass. And they had numbers inside the 18, which is scary. It was about 3-on-2 Evergreen advantage inside the opposing 18. If they get another opportunity like that, they will not let it slip through their fingers. Good play here as number 7, Fiona Sindense, runs up the sideline, gets it out of bounds. I believe we're going to have a goal kick for Fort Vancouver. Fort Vancouver unable to really keep possession anywhere on the field so far. It is early. We're only about 11 minutes into the match.
One of the things, Kyle, that we've seen from the earlier matches this evening is lack of possession in the midfield.
It has been a theme tonight.
Yeah, it's
each of the other games.
Yeah, which I'm happy to say that in this match so far, it doesn't seem to be that way quite as much.
That's right. And again, if you are just joining us, thank you for following us on EPS Sports. Again, you can follow us live on YouTube and Facebook. These will be uploaded to catch at your viewing pleasure later if you are not able to catch us tonight. This is the third match of our triple header. Got Evergreen and Fort Vancouver tonight. And about 12 minutes into the match. I don't think we were able to give a shout out to our camera crew in the second match, but these guys have been doing a wonderful job tonight, following the action along with us, getting us instant replays, zooming in on players that we're trying to give a brief profile of. Excellent job to you guys on the camera side.
And let's throw out that these are high school students. They have gone to school all day today, and then they've been here with us all evening. So, yes, I would agree with you wholeheartedly. Major props to the camera crew tonight. You guys are awesome. These are students from Evergreen High School and Mountain View. So, major props to you guys tonight. You guys are awesome and doing a great job, and we appreciate everything you're doing.
Back to action here. Looks like a brief Fort Vancouver mistake. Will it result in a goal?
Wow, that could have been a real dangerous mistake right there.
Again, just wide on that left post. She's missed 2 goals by about 2 yards combined. And that could have been a brutal mistake from Fort Vancouver. Evergreen has got to be thinking it's just a matter of time right now.
And that's the second goal kick that they've just kicked right to Evergreen, too.
Good fake there. Excellent ball control, number 17, Kylie Wilson. Good rip is just wide again.
I'm almost thinking that Fort Vancouver would be better off, instead of trying to kick the ball upfield on these goal kicks, maybe playing a short ball to a defender. Because the defensive line is so far up that it just seems to keep going right to an Evergreen striker.
And there's a good look at number 17, Kylie Wilson. We've mentioned her name a couple times. She's going to be a senior midfielder. Always threatening to score. Here's Leah Keniston. Hopefully she doesn't put it left wide again. Number 10 sent into the box. That was Allison Long, captain for Evergreen, on the shot. Keeper for Fort Vancouver has been tested a countless times so far, 15 minutes into the match. However, she is holding her own.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth.
She looks so calm back there, just easily collecting these balls. Hasn't really been tested with a diving save yet, but even these balls up in the air, she's able to corral easy and make it look pretty simple.
I would like to see some more communication from her to her defensive line. I think that would be, it'd be good to see her right now.
Yeah, we get a good look at the Evergreen keeper. I believe this is Michaela Heiler. She is a junior. Plays defense and keeper.
Good clearance by number 16, Aaron Thumb for Evergreen.
Kylie Wilson loses the ball, looking to get it back. Evergreen's just going to boot it long and say, go get it. We're going to get a Fort Vancouver throw in. Trappers looking to string a couple passes together, hopefully gather some momentum.
And that's what I was just going to say, Kyle. I mean, Fort Vancouver is having their moments. So it'll be interesting to see how this first half plays out.
Evergreen getting the throw here. Fort Vancouver getting the throw. Just trading throw-ins right now. Not a whole lot of action here around the Evergreen 30-yard line. We'll get another throw-in. We mentioned during the second game we had the same referees for the first and second matches. However, we do have 3 new referees joining us for this third late match. Good scoop there by the Evergreen keeper.
Yeah, nice and easy.
There's Leah Keniston. Oh, man. She had Kylie Wilson just on the left side. I know it's tough when you're sprinting down the field with the ball, but just a slot back to the middle would have been perfect right about then.
That's where communication is key, right? It's hard to tell what's going on around you and if they're not letting you know.
It is easier said than done. It's a lot easier to, I don't want to say criticize soccer, but it's a lot easier to critique soccer than it is to play out there.
Yeah. There's a little counterattack for Fort Vancouver. I think that's number 11. I don't know, maybe not.
Fort Vancouver was able to stay with it even though she slipped a little bit on this slick turf. It's not raining, but it is a little slippery out there.
Got a good little crowd here tonight at McKenzie Stadium.
Evergreen able to keep the ball in.
Nice move.
It's number 7, Fiona Sinvense with the ball. Grace Bauer looking to keep it.
I'm liking the ball movement from Evergreen. The Lady Plainsmen are doing a good job of that tonight.
That's going to be a goal kick for Fort Vancouver. And we get a good look at the crowd
there
here.
They are.
Enjoying some snacks.
Late night soccer on a Thursday night in Vancouver.
Beautiful Thursday night. No rain, clear skies. Couldn't ask for much better. Good ball there. Kylie Wilson, too big of a touch. Grace Bauer also unable to get it. Maybe back to her. Too big of a touch. Evergreen throw-in coming up right around the 25-yard line.
It's interesting because the Lady Plainsmen have had plenty of opportunities at the top of the 18 tonight, but it seems to be that last touch to set them up.
That's right.
Has not helped them. It looks like number 17, Kylie Wilson, is going to take a rest. That's number 3, Miley Suarez, that just came in for her.
Miley Suarez, another captain. I'm not sure if she started on the bench for Evergreen, but she's dangerous. She's definitely one to keep an eye out for. We mentioned her pregame. Her sister graduated last year, can score at any point, especially dangerous on set pieces, as we saw a couple times last year.
Yeah, I was surprised she didn't start tonight, actually.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was a strategy by Keenan, maybe looking to get her some extra rest. Maybe she did start, maybe we missed the sub early. Tough to tell What matters is now she is in, and Fort Vancouver is in trouble.
Keep your eye on her. She's number 3.
Leah Keniston sent into the box to the top of the arc. Some good defense by Evergreen, able to stick with it, not giving up either player.
Good hustle by Evergreen to try to win the ball back.
Love the hustle. That's very good to see. Again, sent in up in the air. Fort Vancouver takes it out wide, looking to get on the board.
She got tons of space too.
A couple of slippery. I wonder if that area is covered in ice or maybe butter out there. It's tough to tell, but a couple players are slipping out there.
It's going to be a throw-in for the Lady Plainsmen.
Oh, here we go. This,
nice move.
Maybe too
Sent it
early
in the middle.
On that. Little ambitious. Grace Bauer.
See, and this is what we're talking about. I would have loved to seen her take her time a little bit. We had Millie Suarez right there to her left.
Yeah, and that's something. It looks like, Evergreen has had chances. Leah Keniston has missed 2 goals real quick right off the bat. However, when they get inside the 18, they look so over-eager. They look so nervous.
Yeah.
And if they can just kind of keep their composure and send one in, I think they're going to be in good shape.
And that's what we were just saying about that last touch to set it up. That's where it just, unfortunately, kind of falls apart. It will be a corner kick for the Lady Plainsmen, so we'll see if they can't capitalize off of this. It looks like they might take a short ball.
Leah Keniston with the touch sent in.
Ooh. That was a great shot.
I think they're calling a foul.
A foul in the box.
Evergreen. Maybe a little bump to the goalie again. Especially on corners, the refs are going to keep these goalies protected. There's a good look at number 10 for Evergreen. That's Allison Long, senior captain midfielder. Yeah, it looks like that was just going to be a foul.
Yeah.
They'll take it just outside the 6-yard line.
Number 13, Isabella Snyder, will take that for the goalkeeper. Nice ball.
Good thought there by Grace Bauer.
That's going to be a foul.
They're giving it to Evergreen. It looked like Fort was just coming in a little bit too fast. It was number 7, Fiona Sinvince. She's a freshman, and her last name is hard to say, but she is holding her own out there. She's real quick, and she gets the foul.
Yeah, it looks like the foul was by number 8, Janet Martinez for Fort Vancouver.
Number 2 sends it in for Evergreen. That was Maddie Harris, another captain defender, also a senior. Tries to go near post by about 35 yards out. Was a good rip. Bounced before.
We've seen that a lot tonight, too. I think I would like to see a little, from that far out, maybe a little bit more placement, try to find somebody's head or something like that. Those are just low percentage shots, in my opinion.
Mark and I were talking pregame where we noticed even when Mountain View scored 6 goals in the second half, they weren't using their team as much as we would have liked.
Yeah.
There was a lot of heads down, just attacking blindly. It ended up working. They scored 6 goals. It's tough to knock them for that.
Sure.
But again, using your teammates, simple passes, composure, staying patient, that all is so good long term.
Yeah.
Fort Vancouver looking to keep possession, able to too big of a touch again. Oh, good move there.
That's number 8, Janet Martinez again for Vancouver, and she's a little hustler out there. It's fun watching her play. She seems to be a good center mid, attacking mid for them. It's number 36, Jocelyn Ray.
Good defense there from Evergreen. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, nice ball. Off to the races.
This is Millie Suarez.
And here,
the dangerous one.
Oh,
right at
well
the
done,
keeper's
keeper.
left hand.
I really thought she was going to go far post with
She would
that.
have had that, but nonetheless.
Here she comes. Oh, there it is. That was a beautiful strike. Well done.
Millie Suarez with the
little celebration.
Little floss dance.
Yeah.
Is that what I saw? 1-0 Evergreen. Millie Suarez. You know, I think she wanted to give him a chance on that first shot.
I really thought she was going to go far post with it.
What a good finish there by Millie Suarez. That gives the Lady Plainsmen a 1-0 advantage about halfway through the first period. I think most impressive was that dance. That if you haven't tried that dance, it's really hard to do.
It's not easy.
Here we go. Here's a good replay, good cut back here. And that was near post.
Yeah, she just got all of it. That was a great strike. Let's see if we
Excellent
get the
shot.
goal celebration. Oh, just cut short.
Ends on the hug, but that's okay. We're going to get a Evergreen corner, it looks like.
It's going to be another short ball.
Millie's going to just take another short pass. Might as well, right? Nope, they're going to send it into the box.
Oh, goodness.
Keeper able to get that, but right there was an Evergreen player. I think that was number 5, Grace Bauer. But again, tough to tell.
Props to Fort Vancouver's goalkeeper, Haley Krenner. She is... She's seen a lot of action this evening so far, and she's done very well.
And that was Grace Bauer, nearly able to get a body on that corner, sent in. It remains 1-0 Evergreen with the advantage. You know, if Millie Suarez started on the bench for this team, I know she's a captain, but she's already got a goal. And here we go. This is Leah Keniston. Already missed a couple shots. She loves that far post. She loves just missing it by about 2 yards.
Yeah, keeper pulled her arms back. It's hard from this angle, but I was a little nervous for her.
That's number 7 right there, Fiona Sinvince, freshman for Evergreen. She got the start tonight in this 8 p.m. matchup against the Trappers, visiting to the home stadium of Evergreen, Mackenzie. This is number 3. This is Suarez again. Already 1 goal on the evening. Great ball there. I don't think Bauer was expecting that. I don't think either of us were expecting that either. Able to thread that needle perfectly. Fort Vancouver, awkward slide, keeps the ball in play. Drops it back easy. Right to Evergreen. This is number 17, Kylie Wilson with the ball. Good big touch. And
that's a penalty kick.
Tough to tell.
Yeah, I think he's pointing to the spot.
I thought it was well deserved for a penalty. That's what it looks like we're going to get.
The sideline official was walking over I think, that's what it looks like.
We're going to get a PK here in the with about 12 minutes left to play. Millie Suarez taking a kick, looking to get her 2nd goal of the evening. That was number 17, Kylie Wilson, getting the PK. That Millie Suarez.
That would be number 2.
Knocks in the PK. Evergreen 2-0 over Fort Vancouver.
It runs in her family.
It does. As we were mentioning earlier, Dolly Suarez from last year. her older sister graduated in 2018. Great player. A couple subs also coming in for Evergreen, it looks like. Number 3, there she is, Millie Suarez. 2 goals already. Senior captain. Attacking midfielder for the Lady Plainsmen. Solid go-to weapon for the team and Keenan Burris. Here's a good pass too. Can she get her third? She's so fast up top too.
Nice cut back.
Not the greatest of passes. Fort Vancouver.
That's number 15, Lizandra Hernandez, and she just had some good ball movement in the midfield as well. I think it's going to be very important for Fort Vancouver to start moving the ball a little bit more and finding feet and keeping a little bit more possession if they want to try to come back in the end of this first half and second half.
Kylie Wilson is number 17 for Evergreen. She was the one that was given the PK. She just got looked like taken out on the right side too, on the far side of the field. She's getting beat up out there though.
And there's number 8 again, Janet Martinez, for Fort Vancouver. Some of these girls in the middle, they're very good. They're physical players. They need to get a little bit more involved, and when they have the ball, they need to find feet and help keep the possession. It's really going to benefit them in the long run.
And great play there by Jocelyn Ray. Gets the shot on goal, I believe, Fort Vancouver's first of the evening. Also, great camera work, getting to zoom in on the player and the shot there. Fort Vancouver given the foul or handball. Maybe even been offside. Regardless, Fort Vancouver is going to get the kick in the 45. A lot of one-touch passes for Fort Vancouver right now.
And right there, we're seeing
Watch
Fort
out
Vancouver.
for Millie Suarez. She is. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
Well, we're just seeing Fort Vancouver wait for the ball to come to them. They need to show a little bit more intensity right now. They're down 2-0.
The other thing is, too, Millie Suarez, one of the go-to players for Evergreen. A captain, a senior, well-known. It's no secret that she's out there for Fort Vancouver. You know they've done their homework. And here's a good look at the Evergreen keeper, Michaela Heiler, Jr. Back to Suarez. She has been given a lot of room to operate back there. If you can keep an eye on her, she's been given about 10 yards of space.
Yeah.
I know Fort Vancouver has the ball right now, but any counter, and Millie Suarez is right there. The ref is just giving a little stern talking to. Millie Suarez just looking for a couple answers. Yeah, so Millie Suarez, plenty of room right now. She's the furthest one up for Evergreen, but she's not in offside position. She's on her own half. If Evergreen's able to get this and get a big boot, she is off to the horses.
Yeah.
You're Evergreen able to get it. Maybe too much on the roll out. Love that heads-up play, though, by Millie Suarez.
Yeah.
Knowing how the game works.
Oh, keeper got it.
Evergreen right now, 4 attackers, Fort Vancouver 5 defense, nobody in the mid. I've got a feeling this is going to result in a goal right here.
Like we said earlier, it's kind of been the theme of the night, unfortunately.
Throw there.
Kyle, first game of the regular season. I know these ladies have played about 4 or 5 preseason matches, but now is when things start to count. But it's still going to take a little time adapting, and we've talked about this a lot last year and the year before by doing this. A lot of these ladies, they play for different clubs.
That's right.
In their regular season. So when you come together and play on your high school team, it does take a little time to adapt and figure out how everybody plays and what the expectations are. So I think we're still seeing some of that.
And that's the other thing here too. You could have we've got 2 different teams here, obviously Evergreen and Fort Vancouver. However, you could have a couple different players on either team playing for the same club team.
Sure.
So they know how each player works, and although they may not be on the same team, they know the ins and outs of their game. Dolly Suarez with the perfect pass just over the crossbar. That was number 5, Grace Bauer, on the shot.
That would be Dolly's sister, Miley Suarez. Or Millie Suarez.
I'm sorry.
Looks like we have a substitution for Vancouver.
The first half has gone by pretty quickly. Less than 5 minutes remain. Evergreen up 2-0. About to be 3-0. Nope. Too big of a touch from Kylie Wilson. Millie Suarez with the great pass. Just too big of a touch there.
So, Kyle, what would you say to the Fort Vancouver ladies?
It's tough to tell. I think, I say this every match. I think it's a lot easier to say than anything else. Is just be patient. Don't pressure yourself into anything you don't need to do. A lot of these Fort Vancouver Trapper players are looking to just go score right away. Their goal is to go score. And sure, that's great, but you can't get from point A to point Z from right there. You have to make the passes. You have to make the necessary adjustments in game to get the goal. And they're looking to take shortcuts right now, and it's hurting them.
And understandably so. You're down 2-0. So in their minds, out on the pitch, it's we need to find the back of the net. So I understand the mindset, but what you just said, I 100% agree with.
It's pretty interesting too. I know it's tough to not get in that mindset. You're down 2-0. We need to score. There's 40 minutes left. We just saw Mountain View score 6 goals in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It can be done. They scored 6 goals. If you get 1 goal, you're right back in this. I'd say just patience. It really all comes down to patience and doing the small things right.
Yeah.
With that, Grace Bauer is going to head to the bench. We're going to get a couple new Evergreen subs for the time being. Number 16, Aaron Thumb, is going to take the throw in here. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half now. Good look at the Evergreen bench there. On the far left side is going to be the assistant coach, Spirit Young. Been helping out with Evergreen for a couple of years now. Get a Fort Vancouver throw in. And a Fort Vancouver sub.
And Fort Vancouver has the talent. So I agree with what you were saying before. If they could just be patient, keep some possession, and play smart, they could find a goal or two in this second half. But right now, Evergreen Lady Plainsmen, they're feeling comfortable. Mm-hmm. They got the 2-0 advantage. And so it's going to take a lot for Fort Vancouver to get the ball around the defensive line of Evergreen.
And Evergreen has looked strong. They are able to retain possession. They're keeping pressure all on Fort Vancouver right now. However, there is room for Fort Vancouver to get back into this.
Yeah.
Evergreen with a couple big boots, and their forwards are just really all over these Fort Vancouver defensive line. Great ball there by Millie Suarez.
She's just so much fun to watch play. It was fun last year watching her and her sister
That's right.
play at the same time. You could tell last year the older sister, younger sister role too. I mean, it was a good family chemistry out there between the two of them.
Yeah, it was very cool to see. There were a lot of teaching moments out there.
Exactly.
And it looks like it's definitely paid off as Millie Suarez has 2 goals tonight.
Yeah,
already
she's
in the
a
first
solid
half.
player.
Again, good look at her there. Number 3 for Evergreen, Captain Senior. A lot of stagnant ball right here. Not many people running. We are getting into the final moments of this first half. And there it is.
There it is.
That'll be the end of the first 40-minute period. We've got 40 minutes left to go. Evergreen with the 2-0 advantage over Fort Vancouver. Another good scenic look at that field. With the teams heading to their respective locker rooms.
We're going to send it to the truck for a couple of station identifications. Thank you so much for watching the first half with us, and we will be back in about 10 minutes with second half action from Mackenzie Stadium.
Best-selling author and former 5th grade teacher Phyllis Grissom-Thoreau has said, "To send a letter is a good way to go somewhere without moving anything but your heart."
Hey, Grandma Rose. Guess what? Yesterday, my sister was cleaning out her closet.
And she found a box that she didn't even know she had kept. It was a box full of letters from her pen pal. How convenient. Later on, I got an idea. So, you know how my sister had a box full of letters from her old pen pal? I have decided I will make one too. Because later on, when I have children and grandchildren, I will show them these so they know how I was as a kid.
And Volunteer Connections Pen Pal project has been moving hearts and creating memories for more than 20 years, teaming up volunteers with local 5th graders for a monthly exchange of pen pal letters during the school year. We spoke with 4 volunteers about the program and the simple joys of writing to and encouraging their young pen pals. 96-year-old Rose Funk has been part of the Pen Pal program for nearly 25 years.
This, to me, has opened up their world. This is a person they can communicate with on a one-to-one basis. We don't know one another, but I encourage them. They will write and tell me, well, I'm doing this, and I encourage them.
Tuscany Miller, a recent college graduate, had a pen pal when she was a 5th grader and jumped at the chance to return the favor by being a mentor of sorts.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a sense of they almost like they look up to you, and so it's like that outlet, like you're giving them your full attention through this letter, and so they want to like tell you all these things because you're sitting down and taking the time to, I guess, listen to them in a sense.
Lynn and Dante DiTullio shared with us how the letter exchange allows them to offer support and encouragement to their school-age pen pals. We asked them to share some letters they received.
I was pleased to read your letter. I did enjoy my winter break while it lasted. It was awesome. I went to Wings and Waves.
That letter went on to describe a fight the pen pal had with a sibling, and Lynn was able to respond with a life lesson from her own experience.
When my sister and I were young, I said, we've disagreed and fought a lot, and now we've grown up. We're really good friends, so that could be what happens.
To Dear Dante, this is how it starts off. Sharknado, just kidding. Thought you should check it out on Netflix though. And he does say that. Thank you for the compliment in your last letter. he had used karma in the last letter, and I said, wow, cool, you know, in the proper context. And I just said, man, that's kind of cool. You're using, you know, learning words like that. So that was the compliment he took from that last correspondence. So.
At the end of each school year, Volunteer Connections hosts an end-of-year gathering for the pen pals where they are able to meet face-to-face for the first time.
Hello there! Are these my kids? Oh, I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy to meet you. God bless you. God bless
Smiling faces and warm hearts are the order of the day as pen pals share memories of their letters and lessons they've learned from one another over the year.
Meeting Grandma Rose today was really awesome because I've been talking to her for this whole year, and she really helped me learn to write and like get better.
She wrote nice stuff, inspiring stuff to me, and like amazing writing helps me like spell and write more and more and more.
Teachers love the program for its ability to tie classroom instruction in things like spelling, grammar, and punctuation with students' social, emotional learning.
They get out a lot of letter writing skills with the conventions, basic handwriting skills. They get out a lot of just the communicating more on a social basis rather than just a content basis.
And in the most heartwarming of instances, pen pals are able to share valuable life lessons.
We actually had that happen this year where a kiddo was going through a very, very difficult time in his life, and he kind of reached out to his pen pal and he told him some things that were going on, and the pen pal's response was just amazing. It actually brought the little guy to tears. He was just so excited that the pen pal was so understanding, and the pen pal basically, they gave the message of just hold on, everything's going to be okay. It's rough right now, but it won't always be that way. And it was such an empowering message for that little guy to hear in that moment, and he felt so safe sharing that information with his pen pal, and it was just a really great thing.
And Bros Funk, like all of the volunteers we spoke with, says that's what it's all about.
I can't encourage people enough to get involved with kids. They're our future. Somebody helped you, somebody helped me, so why not pass it on? Why not carry it on? Because they deserve it. They deserve it.
Whether it's volunteering to read to elementary school students, or preparing food for our summer meals program, or being a lunch buddy, or making sure our concerts and sporting events are safe for students and visitors, or volunteering to teach art discovery classes, there are countless volunteer opportunities in Evergreen Public Schools.
I think most people value our kids as being our future, and so we need to help keep those kids going.
And signing up to be a volunteer is easy. Just go to our website, evergreenps.org/community partnerships. Click on the link to download a volunteer application, fill out just a few forms, and submit them. Once you've cleared the simple background check, you'll be ready to make a difference. This art discovery volunteer sums it up with a quote from a famous Dr. Seuss book.
It makes you feel good to volunteer. It's fun to help the kids. It's fun to get to know the kids. I think kind of like the one slur in the Lorax said, unless someone like you helps a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. So you need to help in order for things to get better. And I think that volunteering is definitely one way that you can help.
Make a difference. Become an Evergreen Public Schools volunteer.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
The 20, the 10, 15, and is tackled right there on the...
A typical field production like an EPS sports broadcast begins about 4 hours before game time. Wade Ferguson, our video services coordinator, and I will spend about an hour going through a checklist of equipment we'll need for the broadcast and loading the truck. We sped up the action And as the truck is loaded, you'll see just how much equipment is involved. Once we reach a school, or in this case McKenzie Stadium, setting up our cameras and equipment both inside and outside our video production truck can take up to 2 hours. Once a broadcast at McKenzie Stadium is underway, we typically have 3 camera operators, an instant replay operator, a graphics and video playback operator, an audio person, and a director. Nearly every one of these jobs is performed by video production students from across our district. At a football game, it's not uncommon for us to have up to a dozen student volunteers who are learning valuable video production and teamwork skills that they can use in a real-life job setting. And keep in mind, these are students volunteering their time after a full school day. With school and being on the crew for back-to-back football games, that's like a 16-hour workday. So I want to say a personal word of thanks to the students who come out to make our EPS sports broadcasts a reality.
Middle of the football field, catches it for a touchdown. That's the big Evergreen. Cool, big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice.
Welcome back to McKenzie Stadium. We are live in Vancouver. We are live in Vancouver. We have a great matchup. Fort Vancouver Trappers versus the Evergreen Lady Plainsmen. Lady Plainsmen are up 2-0. At the end of the first half. We are about to have the opening kickoff for the second half.
That's Maddie Harris for Evergreen right there. Number 2, she is a captain. She is a senior defender. She is looking to keep this shutout intact.
So we were talking, for those of you who were with us in the first half, we've been talking that the Fort Vancouver Trappers, they have great potential, and if they can stay focused and be a little patient, they could move the ball a little bit better and hopefully find themselves some opportunities here in the second half. So we are about ready to kick things off, and we'll see if they're able to do that.
As it sits, Evergreen has the 2-0 lead. We've got 40 minutes to play, though. Plenty of time for this Trapper team to get right back in it. And we are underway for the second half here at McKenzie Stadium. Evergreen gets it out wide. Fort Vancouver with the touch, but nobody there.
Here's a little opportunity.
That's good defense right there.
Yep.
And good hustle.
Shoulder-to-shoulder action.
Way to keep it in, though it does go to Fort Vancouver. Good look there.
That was number 5 for Fort Vancouver, Haley Santos.
A little chaotic so far. Evergreen keeper does bring that in and get it up right to Grace Bauer over her head. It's going to come right to number 11, Leah Keniston. And here is Millie Suarez. Left foot, her third goal. Right off the bat, that is the first minute. That happened right at 39:01. That was the first minute of the second half.
And that's a hat trick for her tonight, right?
That's 3 goals for Evergreen, 3 goals for Millie Suarez. There's a good left-footed shot, far post, right past the keeper. And just like that, Evergreen extends their lead.
Fort Vancouver is making it a little bit more of an uphill battle for themselves right now. I think we just saw the ball, good 20, 30 foot pass right there. I think we need to find some little closer 5, 10 foot ball passes and keep possession.
Could not agree more. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for Fort Vancouver as they continue on. And here's a chance. We've got a throw in coming up for the Trappers. Here's a good replay. Left foot.
That's a great left foot shot.
Far post. Textbook.
Yep.
Great job, camera guys. We are working with some new equipment, some new technology this year. We've got some slow motion, some instant replay. Using that to the best of our abilities.
Nice clearance from Evergreen.
Grace Bauer.
Oh, nice ball.
Sends it up, out wide to Leah Keniston. Right back to Millie Suarez. Too big of a touch, but Evergreen keeps it. Looking for some simple passes now. Number 21, Janelle Aruo with the ball. There's Leah Keniston maybe with the chance.
I'm surprised the keeper didn't come out for that one.
I am too. She finally did, and did get the boot on it. It's going to be an Evergreen throw-in around midfield. We also are going to get a sub here. Tough to tell who's coming off.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. Oh,
number 21. It looks like Janelle Aruo. There's a good look at number 4 player that's coming on, Rose Camacho. She is a freshman. Getting her first taste of league varsity ball.
Nice cut back.
Good clearance there from Evergreen. A way to get ahead on it from the Fort.
I mean,
if Leah Keniston sticks with it. Oh, that was some great defense from Fort Vancouver. Way to slip in there and steal that away.
And I was just going to say, I mean, Evergreen seems to be really cool, calm, and collected right now.
Yeah, and if Leah Keniston got past that defender that poked it away, she had a goal.
Yeah.
Here she is again. She's missed a couple already today. Sends it in. That's going to be right to Millie Suarez. Oh, Millie Suarez doesn't attack. Evergreen able to put it on the ground. Number 10. This is going to be Allison Long with the shot. It hits the ball on the side of the goal. Nearly looked like it got post.
That was a great strike by Allison Long and great touch by her as well.
That came in the 47th minute, just a hair outside. It was near post. Great rip, just like Mark said. Allison Long, captain midfielder for Evergreen. There's Leah Keniston. Oh, good
nice
look
ball
there. Is Fiona Sinvence able to keep it in? She is.
Just when you think Fort Vancouver is going to have a little counterattack.
Grace Bauer with the too big of a touch. She's had a couple of those today where it's just, if she gets by one more person, she's off to the races. But as it sits, unable to get it. Here's Leah Keniston over her head, back to the middle. Big boot from Fort. Keeper's easily going to pick that up.
Great
What
ball.
a ball there. Again, this is going to be Fiona Sidmansay working to get it away from the Lady Trappers. Got him pinned near the corner. Excellent shielding technique from Fort. Good patience from the Evergreen defender. Pokes it out. Fort with the throw. Leah Keniston able to keep it in. She just does not give up either.
I was going to say Evergreen is just fighting, like we said earlier, like it's 0-0. They're not done. Okay, here we go.
Good defense. I think this is number 10, Allison Long, again with the ball.
Inside the 18.
Leah Keniston with the shot right at the keeper, looking to go near post that time. She had a couple shots in the first half that were going far post, just wide. Unable to pinch that past the keeper.
For Vancouver.
That's a good ball.
Trying to make something happen.
And Evergreen kicks it out. Number 12, Shelby Weaver. Another senior defender.
It's going to be a deep throw in near the corner flag for Fort Vancouver.
Mentions quite a few, and that's a good look at the Evergreen defender right there, Shelby Weaver. We've mentioned quite a few Evergreen players tonight. I feel like every time I say their name, I keep saying senior as well. It's going to be Maddie Harris, senior. Millie Suarez, senior. We've got Grace Bauer, senior. Shelby Weaver, senior. Allison Long, senior. They're full of seniors. Kylie Wilson, I know we've mentioned her name. Aaron Thumb.
Looks like 12 of them.
These are all seniors
12 on the roster
on
for
this Evergreen
Evergreen
team. Neat to see. It means they've been around for a while. It means they've played together for a really long time. It means there are a lot of question marks for next year. But maybe getting ahead of myself with that talk. This is the first game of league play for the 2018 season. So,
and it shows, Kyle, that the chemistry is there, because we talked earlier in the first half how a lot of these ladies play for different clubs and it takes a little bit to adapt. But when you've been playing with the same ladies for 4 years at high school, by the time you're a senior, you're looking forward,
right,
going into that season, playing, you know, with the same people you've been playing with for the past 4 years. So
right.
It does have a little advantage, in my opinion, for the Evergreen Lady Plainsmen.
And that chemistry is visible too. You can definitely tell.
I mean,
Leah Keniston's wide open in the middle, inside the 6.
Oh, great
there
ball.
It is. There's the goal, right inside the 6-yard
gorgeous.
line. Perfect pass there from Allison Long, right to Leah Keniston.
Yeah.
You saw that a mile away.
And I'm, you know, I love seeing that. I love seeing the teamwork. Leah Keniston was wide open inside the 18, and it was just a great ball by Allison Long. I love that.
There's a good look at number 11 right there, Leah Keniston. Big brace on her left knee, however, adds to the Evergreen lead. It is now 4-0. 3 goals from Millie Suarez, 1 from Leah Keniston.
And we just subbed out the goalkeeper. Here's a replay. Great ball.
Perfect ball.
Oh,
One
it's
touch.
just gorgeous. Love it.
Keeper had no chance.
Great job. But the Evergreen Lady Plainsmen, they just substituted their goalkeeper.
And right back to it is Evergreen. Here's number 10 who had the assist last play. And here's Leah Keniston right in the middle inside the 6 again, wide open. Unable to get the pass going that time. Here's Leah Keniston. Oh, Grace Bauer with the rip right to the goalie. Leah Keniston is making these runs where she is wide open.
Yeah. And it's taken a lot of pressure off of Grace Bauer too, right?
It has, yeah.
Because we know how great of a player she is just naturally. It's great when you have teammates that you can depend on to do their jobs.
And you know who loves this most of all? It's got to be Keenan, but also Millie Suarez.
Yeah.
Where she had three goals tonight, but she doesn't have to be the lone goal scorer anymore.
Right. And the funny thing that you bring up, Millie Suarez, is each of these balls that have gone inside the 18, she is still up inside the 18,
Absolutely.
waiting for that ball just to pop through. So she's there if needed.
And you know, Millie Suarez has gotten so much attention. She has the 3 goals tonight. That's probably why Leah Keniston is wide open on these runs.
Yeah. See, there we go.
And there's those 2 that we're just talking about,
Yeah.
Keniston and Suarez. 27.5 minutes left. Here's Grace Bauer. Oh, good try there from Evergreen. We're going to get a play on from the ref. Looked like all ball inside the 18. Ref calls offside. Looks like the center is saying...
Yeah, he told him to put the flag down because there was a Fort Vancouver lady further back.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that offside call. Neither did the center referee. He says, put your flag down. We're going to keep playing. We're going to get an Evergreen goal kick now.
And it looks like we're getting substitutions for Evergreen. Millie Suarez is coming off. I believe that's number 4, Rose Camacho coming off as well.
And, you know, I was... The attacking forward nearest to us for Fort Vancouver is number 20. She's Haley Kreiner.
Yes.
Which means the goalie is not Haley Kreiner. I think because the goalie is also number 20. I think we've been crediting her.
Well, just so the people know at home, on our roster sheet, it does say Haley Kreiner is goalkeeper and midfielder.
Here's Grace Bauer inside the 8-yard line and another shot.
So it could be Mary Brown who is in goal.
And here's a good look at that keeper. Again, we don't have her name, but we are confident it is not Haley Kreiner now.
That's going to be a throw-in for Fort Vancouver. However, props to Haley Kreiner, number 20 for Fort Vancouver. She has been playing well as she gets subbed out right now, but she has been playing well over here on the left side.
There's a good look at her. Coming off the field, getting a quick water break.
It looks like number 19, Sarah Cook for Evergreen. Or excuse me, is that number 10?
And Haley Kreiner is visibly exhausted. A good look at the head coach for Fort Vancouver as well, Edward Esparza. And Jorge Perez giving some tips to Haley Kreiner as she gets some water. This ball's going to go out. It is going to be a Fort Vancouver throw-in, however. Fort Vancouver hoping to get on the board. It's 4-0. Evergreen with the lead after 3 goals from Millie Suarez. Fort Vancouver looking to shorten that gap. They do give it away. And end right back up with it. Maybe we've got a chance here. That was number 5 for Fort Vancouver, Haley Santos with the shot. Still hustling after it.
So we mentioned how Evergreen has 12 seniors on their roster. And I'm seeing almost the exact same number of juniors for Fort Vancouver.
Yeah, they have 1 senior.
Yeah, with only 1 senior on the roster for Fort Vancouver.
Yeah, it's good to see. That's another team that's been around for a long time, and they've got one more year in front of them.
Yeah, and you put 11, 12 seniors on the roster next year for Fort Vancouver, and they could look real strong.
Good rip there, and that's going to go a bit wide. We're going to get a Evergreen goal kick. In the box now, I believe, is Lindsay Magra, a junior for Evergreen. As they did sub out there, go to Michaela Heiler, out of goalie.
That's number 17, Kylie Wilson, throwing the ball in for Evergreen.
Grace Bauer with the ball. Couldn't get it out wide quick enough.
Yeah, a little quicker.
Leah Keniston with it. Finds Grace Bauer.
She cuts
out
in.
the left foot, maybe.
Back to her right. Ooh,
off
the
dead
post.
Off the post. Good rip from her.
I'm surprised that one didn't find the back of the net. Here we go with Fort Vancouver on a counterattack.
Maybe not much confidence in that left foot of hers, but did look to have a step. Instead, brought it back, took it with the right, just a couple inches off. Hits the post. We're going to get an Evergreen throw.
Good hustle by number 4, Jacqueline Marquez Calextro.
21 and a half minutes left in the final game of our triple header tonight. Fort Vancouver looking to get on the board and put an end to these shutouts we've seen tonight. We've covered 2 games already, gotten 2 shutouts.
Great ball.
Leah Keniston, she continued that run. She may have had another shot.
Yeah, she stopped
there.
And watched.
This is going to be an Evergreen throw-in. I think taken by number 12, Shelby Weaver. Good little throw there. Too big of a touch from Fort. Another Evergreen throw-in coming up. It's going to be Shelby Weaver once again.
I think what I'm seeing from Fort Vancouver, and I guess we could even almost say the whole match, is they get on these counterattacks and they just boot the ball up instead of just looking for a player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that's kind of hurting them tonight. I think it would be a lot better if they could keep possession and move the ball up the pitch a little easier, instead of just hoping that somebody is going to be off to the races and win the ball. 9 times out of 10 tonight, the Evergreen Ladies Plainsmen have just easily controlled the ball and put it back into play for themselves. So we'll see if Fort Vancouver can maybe learn from that.
We've seen the same thing on the Evergreen side, too, a couple times. They do have the 4-0 advantage, however. Aside from Millie Suarez, aside from the other goal scorer, Leah Keniston, there has been a couple opportunities that maybe you take an extra shot or a touch and you've got a better opportunity.
I agree.
Just like that, worked out okay. But right
But,
there.
yeah, but
again, maybe it works out. Not this time, but if you got space, you have nobody in front of you.
Right.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
Force
take a
somebody
couple
to
more
attack
touches.
You, open up another player.
I agree 100%. Fortunately for Evergreen tonight, they have been more successful, though, when they boot the ball up. Here's another attack right here. She's going to take it the whole way.
Too big of a touch and goes near post. That was number 17 there, Kylie Wilson, the senior. We may have an injury for Fort Vancouver. We're bringing the coaches on, going to help her out. She stands up and walks off under her own power.
Looks like Hailey Krenner's going to substitute in for her.
Never like to see that. But,
No. It is good to see her running off, though.
We are going to get a corner kick here.
Coach still seems to be on the field. There he goes.
Nobody in the first 10 yards of the box. Evergreen does like to crash the boards in the net on this, though. Just like that.
Good.
Got to head to it.
Ooh.
Got a shoulder right to the keeper.
Almost an own goal right there. Good job by the keeper, though.
Perfect corner.
Here's a replay for you.
She may have just hit it,
Yeah,
too.
that was an earlier save, but boy, what a save.
Slot that far post, and I think we had a bigger lead. Looks like Evergreen free kick.
Yeah. See, there's that long ball by Evergreen again, but it's been working for them tonight, and that's traditionally how it works. I mean, sometimes it works for a team, sometimes it doesn't. Normally, I would want to see more of a long ball if I know I have some of those forwards that are extremely fast and can run those balls down. I don't think we've been seeing that from Vancouver tonight.
And just there, too, we saw Kylie Wilson able to keep the ball in, but maybe took too many touches. It had somebody right on the 6 that could have knocked that home. Not able to get this, though. It looks like we're going to get an Evergreen free kick. Overall, I think Keenan Burris has to be pleased with this sort of
That's our first yellow card of the evening, Kyle.
Tough to tell who he gave that to. I'm not sure if it was the coach or the player.
No, I think it was 36, Jocelyn Ray. Yeah, there she is. I think she just, unfortunately, did a two-hand push. Understandably that they're a little frustrated.
Overall, I think Keenan Burris has to be pleased with the way the Lady Plainsmen are performing tonight. But there are definitely a couple things they can work on.
Yeah, I agree.
Like right there, you've got Grace Bauer right in the midfield, wide open.
Love seeing Grace Bauer right there waiting for the rebound as well, too.
They're in the right position. They're just not executing on that end. 15 minutes left. Evergreen 4-0 over Fort Vancouver. Couple of little touches in the midfield. Evergreen keeps possession, looking for...
That was a good idea by Grace Bauer right there. She's trying to slide that ball through.
Tried to get that to Kylie Wilson. No luck on there.
Here's for Vancouver. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Number 5. Oh, my goodness.
Off the post, but what a shot by number 5.
Yeah, it was a beautiful strike.
That was Haley Santos, and that was a freshman. Haley Santos with that great upper V shot. Far post, unfortunately, just hits the crossbar.
And we've mentioned her name a lot tonight.
We have.
She's been a good player for Fort Vancouver.
You can definitely tell she's more comfortable with that right foot.
And they need some more opportunities like that.
They do.
They need to find their midfield and be able to move the ball up the pitch and have some good counterattacks like that.
And good look there by Grace Bauer. Not sure if there was a pass or a shot. Regardless, it was a decent thought. That is going to be a goal kick for the Lady Trappers. Keenan not thrilled with that play. Kind of giving his team some some loud words of encouragement, we'll say.
I think it's good though. He's got expectations of his team. He's proven himself in the years that he's been a coach, and he knows what he's looking for, and he is very clear. There he is with letting the expectations be known to his players. And to his credit, it's 4-0 right now. So
I know we mentioned this with Mountain View, where they were, as you said, they were ready just in every outcome. That's the way Keenan coaches as well. He's got every outcome planned ahead of time, and his team practices those. He's got scouting reports for each team in practices leading up to the game before. It's a very light practice. They just kind of do basic drills on if so-and-so ends up with the ball on this side of the field, how do we react? And he's got everything planned out way ahead of time.
Yeah.
And that's why his teams are typically so successful.
Yeah.
It's number 20 for Evergreen. It looked like Sierra Vossler. The decent opportunity there. There's a good look at Sierra. Freshman midfielder for the team.
I do think Evergreen will be pleased with the win tonight. I think
I can't imagine they'd be disappointed with the win.
Well, I think it definitely helps, boost the confidence and get them ready for the next match. Like we said, this is the first match of regular season, so.
Yeah, and they'll do some video work, go back and watch the game, and see some things that they can improve on, without a doubt. But starting off the year, the league 1-0, like you said, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, can't complain with that at all.
We're going to get another throw in here for Evergreen. Number 12, Shelby Weaver, again taking the throws here, looking to get this deep into the box.
There's number 5 again for Fort Vancouver, Haley Santos. Clears it up to the midfield.
We've just hit the 10-minute mark remaining in the match.
Looks like number 3 touched it out. Paulina Jimenez. Oh, he's giving it to Fort Vancouver, excuse me. That's what we're talking about.
I would mention it time and time again.
Yeah, keep the ball on the ground, find a teammate, keep it simple.
Both teams undeniably and understandably starting to hit a wall here. It's they started school at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock this morning. It's 12 hours after.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I know these guys in the booth, the camera crew. I know everyone's excited to hit the hay, but we are also excited to be here. We've got about 9.5 minutes remaining.
Kyle and I, however, are just getting warmed up.
That's right. We've got 6 more games to do tonight, believe it or not. Just kidding.
Some practice to do for the next match.
Good play there by the Evergreen defender. I think that's number 2 again. Maddie Harris, it sure is. She's the captain. They are going to get called for offside right around the 25-yard line, however. Looked like she was just a step too far. With that, Fort Vancouver's going to get the kick.
Looks like Millie Suarez is coming back in.
And Grace Bauer's going to take a seat.
Millie.
Good look at number 13 there for Fort Vancouver. That's Isabel Snyder, the lone senior on this Lady Trapper team.
And actually, excuse me, I think that was number 9 that just came in. Vita McKell.
Evergreen's got 3 freshmen on the team, all getting minutes tonight between Rose Camacho, Fiona Sinvincey, and Sierra Vossler. I believe Sinvincey and Camacho started on the evening, which is good to see. Evergreen with plenty of seniors on the team, but with building blocks like those two, it's exciting to look at the future for Evergreen soccer. Got 7 minutes left. Evergreen is up 4-0.
Just a reminder for everybody watching, we do have a couple more matches coming up. Actually, triple header matches again. We've got 2 more coming up in October. So make sure you like the Facebook page and keep in touch with what's going on. Kyle and I will be here for those matches as well as our great team in the truck. Nice simple ball movement by Evergreen.
There's Leah Keniston. No, not quite. Number 17.
Another one off the post.
Again off the post. That ball stayed in. We're going to continue play.
Unfortunately, nobody there. Just rolled right through the 18.
Skirted all the way through the 18, and no one ran to it. It looks like we're going to get a corner kick.
Corner, yeah.
Yeah, if not too sure who brought that in from the corner, but maybe taking that one touch was a bit too impatient. Kylie Wilson taking the kick, send it into the box. Number 20 with the shot, and scooped up by the keeper.
Just not enough power behind it.
Good try, though.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity.
Excellent corner there. Kylie Wilson, she is getting a ton of minutes tonight, and she is walking back way in offside position right now. But it's been a long night for her. Here's one of the captains for Evergreen. That's senior Maddie Harris. Good hustle there from Evergreen.
I will say that the defensive line has been very strong for Evergreen tonight. Every time that Fort Vancouver does get down into that final third, they seem to have somebody that's just able to pick the pocket and send the ball back up the pitch. It's going to be another throw-in for Evergreen.
And another.
Got about 3 minutes left in this match tonight. Once again, you're watching EPS Sports. We are live at McKenzie Stadium, Vancouver, Washington. That's going to be a throw-in for Fort Vancouver now.
Both teams really starting to slow down here now.
I was going to say the same thing. But like you said, it's been a long day. It's now 9:30 at night.
And these 8 o'clock games, I think these are a regular thing, especially in league play. With 4 teams sharing the stadium, it's bound to happen. There's bound to be some logistical issues as far as sharing the stadium goes. We've got Union, Heritage, Evergreen, and Mountain View all using Mackenzie Stadium.
And we should probably give props to the management here at Mackenzie Stadium, because each game tonight, 3 matches have gone on perfect. Everything is kept to schedule, and they've done a great job managing that tonight. So props to the Mackenzie staff as well.
I know we've covered a couple games where the lights have been been an issue, where time management has been problematic, but the stadium managers, stadium fielders, they are in mid-season form.
Yeah, they got everything ready to roll.
Less than 2 minutes now, up to the referee's discretion as far as injury time goes, if they're going to add any minutes.
We did have the one little injury earlier in the second half, but I don't think that was too much time.
It's going to be an Evergreen throw-in. There's number 9 on the throw, Vita McKell. Maybe looking to add their lead right before the final buzzer.
A little too much.
This one's going to
great
saved.
hustle. Oh, she stays on it.
This is number 5, a name that we've mentioned several times for Fort
Haley
Vancouver.
Santos.
That's Haley Santos with a left-footed shot.
Ooh. Oh, there it is.
We're going to give it to him.
There it is.
Right before the final buzzer, Haley Santos sends the shot in. Evergreen keeper unable to keep her hands on it. Could not tell who the goal scorer is. Number 3.
Paulina Jimenez.
Paulina Jimenez puts Fort Vancouver on the board. Good follow there from Fort Vancouver.
It's got to make them feel good.
That's right. Here's a good replay of this. Good left-footed shot. And never giving up on the ball, Fort Vancouver pokes it in.
Well done, Fort Vancouver.
That's how Mountain View scored several of their goals tonight, is just not giving up.
That was another good opportunity, just a little too much. I can't imagine we have more than about a minute left.
The referee is going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, there it is.
That is the final buzzer. We've got Evergreen victorious 4-1. A hat trick from Millie Suarez to kick off league play in this 2018 ladies season. Another excellent match.
That was a lot of fun. Great showings tonight from all the teams that we were able to watch. But that's going to be it for us tonight. The EPS Sports football team will be back on October 11th.
Mark and I will be back for more games here on EPS Sports. Got some soccer action on October 16th, and we will see you all then.
Have a great evening.